PUBG Mobile is so simple in concept: drop in, grab weapons, and stay alive. That doesn't mean some PUBG Mobile tips won't help, especially when all the other players are aiming to do the same. While grabbing kills is undoubtedly rewarding, much of PUBG Mobile's challenge comes down to increasing your survivability, be that through careful movement, choosing your fights, or running away with your tail between your legs. If you don't know your sniper rifles from your shotguns, your energy drinks from your irregular, or your 5.56mm ammo from your 7.62mm ammo, we've got some PUBG Mobile tips below to get you shooting, looting, and eating a chicken dinner in no time. Before starting, subscribe to this channel for more gaming related content. Tip number 1. Don't be afraid to hide out in the blue early on. If you want to stay alive, then taking damage might not seem like the best idea, but in the early game, it can be worth it. If you hide out on the edge of the blue circle, you will take small amounts of damage, but no one will expect you to be out there. With some good healing options, you can stay there for quite a long time, and avoid fights entirely. You may even be able to pick up a few kills on unsuspecting foes. But you always keep an eye on your health and the next circle. Tip number 2. Terrain can be just as good cover as any building or wall. Buildings are usually pretty good for staying alive, especially if you can cover the only entrance, but they carry a lot of risks. A well-placed grenade will end your run instantly, and if someone knows you are in there, they can just wait by the exit. If you are looking for a good place to hold up for a while, try and find a ridge, dip, or hill, so your opponents won't be able to hit you. This will provide solid cover, with better sight lines than a building and, crucially, a lot more escape options. Tip number 3. Always take a level 3 helmet. If you want to win, you are going to need a good helmet and vest. So when looting untouched equipment, always grab the highest level possible. But if after a fight you find a damaged level 3 on the person you took down, it can be difficult to know what to pick up and what to leave. The general rule here is actually pretty simple. Always take a level 3 helmet, even if it is close to being destroyed. A level 3 will always save you from a headshot with the M24 and is the only one that will do so. Therefore it is nearly always worth it. Tip number 4. But sometimes, leave a level 3 vest. Vests are a little different to helmets in terms of usefulness. But as always, an undamaged level 3 will always be better than a level 2. In the late game, if you plan to take a lot of fights, then better durability is more important than high level. So a full health level 2 is better than a quarter health level 3, as it will last longer. If it's down to the last few people, though, then the damaged level 3 should be the better option, as blocking more damage from one shot. Tip number 5. Play the edge of the circle. One more thing to remember: subscribe this channel, and hit the like. Once you start to hit the late game, different strategies start to come into play. The one that should keep you alive is to play on the edge of the circle and to run in with it. Staying on the edge means that the area you need to be aware of shrinks a lot. You know that a big portion of what's behind you is totally safe. So you only need to be aware of what is in front of you. If you're in the middle, then you have to keep eyes everywhere, which is not an easy task. Tip number 6. Keep yourself boosted up late game. Even if you are at full health, once it gets down to the last 15 or so people, it is a good idea to start popping those energy drinks and painkillers to get you boosted up and regenerating health. There's a few reasons for this, such as not having to worry about it. After a late game fight, as well as the potential that one tick of health recovery could win you a close battle. Either way, if you have them available, you should get the boosts going early, as there's no point saving them. Who wants painkillers with a chicken dinner? Tip number 7. Hiding in bushes works surprisingly well. This sounds crazy, but bushes actually provide a really good stealth option. Sit in a bush, and there is a strong chance someone will walk straight past, and then wonder where on earth they got shot from. Bushes provide no hard cover, but if no one sees you then, no one will shoot you, and if no one shoots you then you won't die. Although perhaps take off any bright-colored clothes you have on before trying it. Tip number 8. Grass is not visible after a while, so don't hide in it. With the right scopes and sight lines, you can see for hundreds of meters in PUBG Mobile, but crucially grass stops being visible at around the 200 m mark. This means that if someone decides to lay down, they may think they are well covered, but anyone more than 200 meters away can see them clearly. You are always much better trying to find hard cover like a tree or wall, or even getting in a bush than trying to lay down in the grass until the late stages. This also means that hitting the deck in a field when shots come in is a terrible idea. Just run to cover instantly. Tip number 9. Use vehicles to better your movement speed. A vehicle is in every case, in a way that is better than your feet. In the event that you need to get to another area quick, you should discover a vehicle and use it to move quick. PUBG Mobile vehicles are assorted and dispersed in numerous territories of the guide. Notwithstanding, it's a high possibility for you to discover them close to the greater urban communities and on the fundamental streets. Since different players are attempting to discover vehicles to move, you should be cautious and watch your environmental factors when you approach a vehicle. In the event that you need to arrive at the following play zone quickly, you can pick a bike or a carriage. However, as PUBG Mobile tips, these vehicles will open your situation to different players. For greater vehicles, similar to the Jeep, the development speed of them might be slower, yet they are acceptable vehicles to haul around 4 players with great assurance. The touchscreen controls of PUBG Mobile can be to some degree irritated at times. Simply envision that it is so difficult to bargain a lethal hit to a foe when they are driving straightforwardly at you. Notwithstanding, the drawback is you will focus on it, on account of the noisy motors. Tip number 10. Earphones are an absolute necessity. PUBG Mobile is something beyond gunfights and blasts. You should be cautious about foes prowling around, particularly the ones who camp. Having a decent pair of earphones guarantees that you can hear adversaries moving toward you by walking or in vehicles. Utilizing earphones can assist you with getting thought of discharges terminated close by, so you can ready for a possible approaching assault. Additionally, earphones are an absolute necessity if you are playing the game with your companions for viable correspondence. Tip number 11. Pick your battles. So in order to stay alive, you should pick your battles. That's not to say you shouldn't take any fights, but only pick battles you know you can win. If you spot someone holding an AWM and full level 3 armor, maybe don't take them on in clear sight. But see someone with just a shotgun, while you have a 4x AR, and you should totally take them out. Take an extra second to evaluate each combat situation, and if it looks tough, maybe run the other way. Hope these tips very useful. Click the like button, share this video and subscribe this channel for more videos.